The boxing world is still buzzing from the controversial March 1st clash between Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Lamont Roach Jr., a fight that ended in a majority decision draw and left fans, analysts, and promoters divided. The bout, which drew over 19,000 spectators and generated significant purses, estimated at $15 to $20 million for Davis and $3 to $5 million for Roach, has sparked heated debates about the referee's decisions, the fighters' performances, and the future of both men in the ring. As the boxing community anticipates a potential rematch, opinions vary on whether Davis can redeem himself or if Roach holds the edge. The controversy surrounding the fight, coupled with personal jabs and allegations of unprofessional conduct, has only intensified the stakes. The March 1st fight was a spectacle, a high-octane drama that unfolded like a blockbuster action film. Davis, the WBA lightweight champion with an undefeated record of 30-0-1 and 28 knockouts, was expected to dominate. His reputation as a knockout artist and a major draw in the sport preceded him, backed by the promotional prowess of Floyd Mayweather. Roach, the WBA super featherweight champion, was seen as a tough but manageable opponent, a mandatory challenger stepping up to face one of boxing's biggest stars. Yet, the fight defied expectations, with Roach proving to be far more resilient and strategic than many had anticipated. From the opening bell, Roach showed he was not intimidated. He executed a disciplined game plan, marching forward at key moments, controlling the pressure, and landing significant shots that earned Davis's respect. His mental toughness was evident as he absorbed Davis's vaunted power punches and continued to press the action. The defining moment came in the 9th round when Roach landed a clean left hand, causing Davis to drop to one knee. Referee Steve Willis began administering a 10 count but controversially stopped, ruling it was not a knockdown. Davis later claimed he took the knee to wipe grease from his braids out of his eyes, but the rules of boxing are clear. Fighters cannot call their own timeouts. Had the kneel down been scored as a knockdown, it could have shifted the fight's outcome in Roach's favor. The judges' scorecards reflected the closeness of the bout. Eric Marlinsky scored it 115-113 for Davis, while Steve Weisfeld and Glenn Feldman scored it 114-114, resulting in a majority draw. Had the 9th round been scored as a 10-8 for Roach due to a knockdown, the final tallies could have been 114-113, 114-113, and 115-112, all in Roach's favor. The New York State Athletic Commission, NYSAC, later acknowledged that Willis erred in not counting the kneel down as a knockdown but declined to overturn the decision, citing that a scored knockdown would have altered Davis's approach in the remaining rounds. This vague explanation left Roach and his team frustrated, feeling that the commission was protecting its own reputation rather than correcting a clear mistake. Roach, in a candid discussion on Andre Ward's All the Smoke Fight podcast, expressed his disappointment with the officiating. He revealed that NYSAC officials admitted their error but refused to change the result, essentially telling him, "We messed up, but someone has to take the fall, and it won't be us." Roach was particularly irked by referee Willis's silence, noting that the official offered no statement or apology despite the call's significant impact on his legacy and bargaining power for a rematch. Ward, a two-division world champion, agreed that Willis's inaction was unprofessional, emphasizing that officials owe fighters clarity when their decisions affect careers. The controversy didn't end with the referee's call. Prominent boxing figures, including legendary promoter Bob Arum, have questioned the integrity of the fight's officiating. Arum, who heads Top Rank and has a vested interest in potential matchups with Davis, went so far as to call the fight rigged, suggesting that the judges favored Davis despite Roach's strong performance. He pointed out that even in rounds where Davis appeared vulnerable, the scorecards tilted in his favor. Arum's comments reflect a broader sentiment among some boxing professionals that the sport's politics sometimes overshadow the action in the ring. He expressed hope that a rematch, if it happens, would be free of such favoritism, as the boxing world will be watching closely. The draw has had a profound impact on both fighters. For Davis, it was a rare blemish on an otherwise stellar career. Known for his knockout power and charisma, he was poised for a blockbuster fight against Jake Paul, a matchup that promised massive paydays and crossover appeal. The draw, however, has forced him to pivot, with a rematch against Roach now looming as a necessity to restore his reputation. Fans, quick to criticize, have begun questioning Davis's dominance, with some even switching allegiances. Timothy Bradley Jr., a former world champion and analyst, noted that Davis's name is getting dragged through the mud, and that he has much to prove, not only to himself but to his fanbase. Bradley believes that if Davis handles business in the rematch, delivering the performance he should have in the first fight, the negativity will dissipate. Roach, meanwhile, has emerged as a legitimate threat. His performance on March 1st showcased his durability, mental fortitude, and ability to compete with one of the sport's elite. He believes that had he been more aggressive, he could have secured a unanimous decision. Now, armed with the knowledge that he can withstand Davis's punches, Roach is confident heading into a potential rematch. Bradley echoed this sentiment, stating that Roach has Davis's number due to his toughness and ability to execute under pressure. Styles make fights, Bradley said, emphasizing that anyone who can take Davis's shots and keep coming forward has a chance to beat him. The build-up to the first fight wasn't without its own drama. Davis, known for his brash trash-talking, crossed a line for some by targeting Roach's family and personal life in promotional exchanges. This drew criticism from boxing insiders who felt it was unnecessary given the fight's already high stakes. One commentator remarked that while trash-talking is part of the game, bringing in kids and family is not good business and risks alienating fans. The personal jabs added fuel to Roach's fire, motivating him to prove himself in the ring. Despite the draw, Roach's performance earned him respect and a career-high purse, though he insists money wasn't his primary motivation. He revealed that he turned down a higher offer to defend his belt elsewhere, choosing the Davis fight for its competitive value and the chance to elevate his legacy. As talk of a rematch intensifies, the boxing world is speculating about when and where it will take place. Initial reports suggested June 21st at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, but insider Dan Rafael reported that the date has been pushed to August, with Davis requesting more time to prepare. This decision underscores the seriousness with which Davis is approaching the rematch, aware that another lackluster performance could derail his trajectory. The WBA, under President Gilberto Mendoza, is poised to mandate the rematch, and failure to comply could result in Davis being stripped of his lightweight title. For Roach, the rematch represents an opportunity to cement his status as a top-tier fighter and potentially secure a life-changing payday. The March 1st fight also sparked wild rumors, including one comparing Davis's actions to Mike Tyson's infamous ear-biting incident against Evander Holyfield in 1997. A clip circulating online led some to speculate that Davis attempted to bite Roach during a clinch. When pressed by Andre Ward, Roach clarified that he didn't feel a bite and only learned of the rumor from his father post-fight. While he laughed off the comparison, the rumor added another layer of intrigue to an already dramatic saga. Aram's interest in Davis extends beyond the Roach rematch. He sees Davis as a potential opponent for his stable of young talent, including Keyshawn Davis, Raymond Maratala, and Abdullah Mason. Aram believes all three could defeat Davis, citing his ordinary performance against Roach. He views Davis as a major attraction but questions whether he's taking boxing seriously enough, especially after appearing vulnerable. Aram's comments reflect the high stakes for Davis, who must prove he remains a top draw and a formidable champion. For Roach, the draw was a bittersweet milestone. It restricted him from a career-defining victory but elevated his profile and bargaining power. He remains focused, motivated by the officiating controversy and the chance to definitively defeat Davis. The rematch, whenever it happens, will be a pivotal moment for both fighters. For Davis, it's about redemption and reasserting his dominance. For Roach, it's about seizing the spotlight and proving he belongs among boxing's elite. As Bradley aptly put it, styles make fights, and Roach's toughness and game plan could once again pose problems for Davis. The boxing world awaits the next chapter, with fans and analysts divided on the outcome. Some see the rematch as a suicide mission for Davis, warning that Roach's resilience and counterpunching could lead to an upset. Others believe Davis, with his knockout power and ring IQ, will return to the drawing board and come back stronger. Either way, the controversy, personal animosity, and high stakes ensure that the rematch will be must-watch drama, a chance for both fighters to settle the score and shape their legacies in the unforgiving world of boxing.